Hello, everybody. It's Dr. Sheri, the Leadership Doc, CEO of My Best Life Academy, coach, consultant, creator, speaker, and yes, author. But tonight, we wanted to share some great news with you. We are launching Total Package, Total Woman. And I just wanted to share just a little bit with you about what you can expect. My goodness, as a woman, and we've just finished Women's History Month, and we're still enduring with women of color, history making in process, as I might add. But we do so much. We wear so many hats. How do you keep up with it all? In fact, some have told us we can't have it all. We have to pick and choose. Well, guess what? I disagree with that. You can have it all, but it does require a little bit of work. It does require some balance. Yeah, it requires a little bit of focus. It requires that we do something that we don't always do, include ourselves in the equation. We're great at taking care of others. It's just the caretaker in us. We're great at being nurturers. Oh, it's just the nurturer in us. And we're great at putting others in front of us, especially when it comes to our family. Now, don't get me wrong. I am a family girl. I love family. But there are some times when we have left ourselves out, if we're really honest about it. I love my hubby. You better know it. But guess what? Sometimes I'm not even in that amazing partnership. I've just put him so far in front of me because I want to make sure that all of his needs are taken care of. What happens when we get to work? I know. It's 4:45 in that 9 to 5, and now they've got to have it just before 5. Yeah, we're hanging over just a little bit. Traffic's building. We already know that. We hope that the chicken we took out is thawed and ready to go. But what if it isn't when we get home? Well, it delays everything. But one more time, we put something else in front of us. What are you going to do in this season? What choices will you make? And when you choose, will you be at the top of that list? Or will there be something else in front of that? Well, as I thought about this particular session and coaching session that we're going to be doing in the next 2 weeks, I thought about what does that look like? What could be missing when we talk about total package, total woman, and why we may have some difficulties in having it all? And a few things came to mind as I was thinking about that. I think about the metaverse now, what we're even doing now, how we can make our virtual experience so much better, whether that's personal, whether that's business. We have so many options. Thank goodness for the 3D experience, 4D in some cases, but thank goodness for this. How we interact, how we make our world better, how we make the experience in the metaverse richer. And I thought, what does our metaverse look like in the total package? What could be missing from that? What might we need? And I thought of 4 things that we're going to need very simply. The first thing is, what about the money? I know we don't always like to talk about that. It's not always the sexy subject, even when you put a little lipstick on it. But what do our funds look like as we're going forth to take care of ourselves, to pamper ourselves? Is there a little extra left over just to do a pedicure, just to have a manicure, just to have a spa day? Or do we find ourselves penny pinching because it really needs to go somewhere else? I know. If that's you, you could hit me in the chat. It's okay. I've been there. Believe it or not, when we came through the pandemic, I had to really stop and think, when is the last time I even went in? And since then, it is few and far between. I have to shake myself. Hopefully, we don't cut the sheets or anything like that because we need that pedicure. But sometimes it's because we haven't managed money where it comes towards us. We take care of our kids, you better believe it. We take care of that household, you better believe it. They need gas in that car, trust me. We'll take a chance on walking before we'll have our little Bobby walk, our little girl walk. You better believe we're going to do some things. But have we managed that for us on a personal note? Have we managed it for us even on a business or a professional note? Have we taken some extra things to invest in our business? Maybe the dream that we have, maybe that book that we want to write. And maybe it's going to take a little bit of investment there. But have we set aside some things for that? Or are we hoping that someday will come? Have we talked about a patent? But yeah, it's going to take just a little bit of money management to actually apply for that patent, which could end up taking care of you and your family for generations. But have we looked at that budget to see even what that would look like? Or maybe we put somebody else in front of it one more time, and maybe this time next year we'll get to that. Yeah, I know. I know. So, one thing to create our wonderful metaverse as a total woman and the total package is that we have to look at access to funding, funding our dreams, funding our hopes, funding our business, funding things for us personally. Maybe it's our bucket list. And maybe we want to go to the Maldives before it's all said and done. But have we started planning for it financially? Mm, some maybe, some maybe not. But this is a good time. So if we're going to have the metaverse that works for us and the total package, total woman, we got to know how to access funding and funding across all the layers, not just for everybody else, but for us too. Next, what are we going to need in our metaverse? Yeah, as we're expanding into the total woman, total package, we're going to need some energy. I already know. It's after 5. You work that stack of papers. It took you an extra 15 minutes over your normal shift, and that was just enough to get in mad, crazy traffic, and then try to come home and set the dog aside and make sure that the water was there for him, make sure that the kids are in their normal spaces or to pick them up and get them to their normal places because they have agendas, they have social agendas. You have to take all that into consideration. And then now it's time to get dinner started. Mm, that chicken, well, I don't know. Let's do pizza rolls. I think that may work tonight because I'm just exhausted. Can't work with that chicken anymore. Our energy then those things that we need not only physically, but our mental fortitude. Do we have the energy just to focus on one more thing today? Did we allot our energy appropriately? Did we have that schedule so made out that we knew not just when we were going to take a lunch break, but when we were going to take a break from it all? Just to kind of reset, to reconnect us, to reconnect our minds, to reconnect our spirits, our souls, just with the universe, just with the sun today. Have we grounded ourselves? Or is that energy so far spent? Because again, we took care of everything for everybody but us. And when we need that energy, just to allow our minds to reset, our souls to get in touch with what's really deep inside of us, we find ourselves nodding off. Are we not our favorite novel in the making? Because the energy's gone. The light in our eyes are simply not there. Oh, and we talk about the graduation and the parties coming up real soon in the next few weeks for our high school graduates, our college graduates, and yes, they deserve it. Our eyes are lighting up. But when we talk about us, somehow that dims. The energy's gone. Yeah, we just can't focus on that anymore. The fortitude is not where it needs to be. So, what are we going to do about that? I want you to be thinking about that question as we talk more about what's needed in the metaverse of you. We talked about money. Yeah, that not so sexy thing, but we know we all need it. Put some lipstick on it, it works fine. Little high heels too, it's okay. Our energy, we may have to do the same thing. I remember my mom saying, I think my get up and go has just gotten up and left the entire building. She just said got up and gone. It's gone, gone. Yeah, that energy is what she was talking about. I can't focus on another thing. I can't think about another thing. And deep down inside, is my heart as happy as it used to be? Because the energy's gone. Yeah. So, money, energy, but also time. Time is that amazing resource that no matter how we spend it, it cannot be recouped once it's gone. I understand what you're saying. We can make more memories. Yeah, we can. We can have more occasions where we're joyful and we're gathering, especially as we're trying to come to the post pandemic era. I got that. Yeah, we can plan some wild vacations. You better know I got some on the radar right now. But the time that is lost because I did not know or understand what we're coming to understand now, time management and how to make that more effective, not just for others, but for me too. Have I put a time frame down for when my next is? Have I put a time frame down of how I'm going to write that book and get it done? Believe it or not, your book can be done in 90 days or less, but you haven't penciled in the time for that. Believe it or not, the money and even the energy that you need to set aside for you can be simply put in with time management. Put in a window, if nothing else, with your face next to it. This next 10 minutes belongs to me. This next 30 minutes belongs to me. And I'm going to do what I need to do in that for me. If it's not a dire emergency, it ain't happening. I have one of those things scheduled here in my house, and my husband already knows. When he sees certain behaviors, when he sees a certain posture, he already knows. Don't even knock on the door. Mm-mm. Don't come close. No, it's not even sugar time, and we like sugar time, but it's not even that time. It's my time. There used to be old commercials. I'm going to date myself for sure, but I remember my dad was, yeah, he was a beer drinker, but he would like Miller time. And he would always say it's Miller time, but that was his time. It was his time to unwind as a man when he came in. As women, we don't always have that. We just go from this to that to whatever's next. And there is no time for us. No wonder your next, your business, your book, your patent is delayed. You never created a space of time for it. Time, again, is one of the most beautiful resources that we have. Unfortunately, we can't get it back once it's spent. And I know what you're saying. I work more than 9 to 5. I work more than 40 hours. Yes, you do. And yes, we do. But guess what? When we leave or when we pass on, we cannot will that job to a single child. And if they watched us spend all of our time there extra as well, who would want it? Exactly. Spend the time wisely and spend it right now. Make a plan. If it's nothing more than next week or the next 2 weeks, make a plan, a daily schedule of what that's going to look like, and make sure you put a picture of yourself in it. We've got these wonderful smartphones, they have calendars, and I know we can paste ourselves in there somewhere. Make the time for you. Because when you make the time for you, that time will make sure that what you want to make come forward happen. But it doesn't happen until we allot time to it. Yeah, that's what we got to do. So listen, we talked about our metaverse and we talked about 4 things that you're going to need so far to make that metaverse work as the total package. And the total woman. We talked about money. Yeah, dressing that thing up and making sure that we can access it to fund our dreams, our desires, our hopes, our plans. We talked about energy, making sure that we don't give everything away to everybody except us in the renewal process, in the resetting process, and yes, the reconnecting process. And yeah, we talked about time, making time for us once and for all, investing some time in us. But the last thing that makes our meta work is that A, it's called attitude. Hmm. Attitude. What is our attitude now towards our next? What is our attitude even in our right now? I can almost tell when something's not working. It's more than the energy being off, it's the attitude being off. Attitude when we talk about next, attitude when we talk about investing in ourselves. I can see the energy and I can see the adjustment. I can see the shoulders kind of sink down. I can see the eyes shift away. I can see the smirks at the corners of our mouth because we have not had an attitude that will help us with our altitude. We have not done that. And so we're watching others rise. Yeah, we're watching them rise to the occasion. We're watching businesses take off. We're watching people launch books. We're watching them walk right into the dreams that they've talked about, believed for, but they put some action with it. And guess what led their actions? Attitude. A positive attitude, yes, but it was more than a positive attitude. It was an inspirational attitude. Every day they got up and found something that inspired them, whether that's affirmations for the day, whether that's writing a quick note to self that today is that day that I'm going to succeed. Today is that day that I'm going to be better than I was yesterday, last week, whatever it is. But they found something to inspire them. They found something to motivate them. Yeah, that movement that says, I got to come up with a plan. You see, it's in the attitude that drove that. And then not only is that attitude inspirational and motivational, but when we have the right attitude, guess what? That attitude then is what we call transformational. What does that mean? That means it brings a change, girl. That means it brings a change, sister. That means it brings a change, woman. It changes your world. It doesn't just change you, it changes everything around you for the better because you walked in with a better attitude. You walked in with a motivational attitude. You walked in with a bigger attitude. And I'm not talking about negativity. I'm talking about you saying to yourself, all things are working for my good. I don't really care how it looks right now. But my attitude says that I'm going to attract what I'm putting out. Oh, that was better than I thought. Honey, hush, that was better than I thought. My attitude is going to attract what I want and what I need for my metaverse now. That's what it's doing. And so your attitude must draw from inspiration, motivation, and then we'll see the transformation in you and everything around you. So, what's keeping you from your next? Well, I'll tell you one of those things. You be with us on next Thursday. We are hosting again a beautiful live webinar entitled, yeah, you've seen it, Total Package, Total Woman with me, Dr. Sheri. I want you to spend 2 evenings with me. If you can get in a few moments, great. But if you can get in the whole thing, it's going to do just what we said this attitude can do, transform you. It's going to be transformational. So for 2 nights, how about dedicating something to your metaverse? How about dedicating and investing some time to your meta? You've invested for everybody else. Invest for you. It is completely free. I don't think you can beat that. It's virtual. It's 2 nights. Thursday, yep, next Thursday and next Friday evening. Spend an hour and some change with us. We're going to have Q&A and we've got a little VIP for you too in case you want to move up because that's where the Q&A is. And if you want to shake your shimmy, honey, while we're doing it, that's what VIP is for. We meet you face to face and some of those things you're thinking about your meta that's missing, we got some information for you. But it is that time. What are you going to learn? How to make your meta stronger? What are you going to learn in that particular workshop, that webinar workshop? What are you going to learn? You're going to learn the 3 core features that make your total package work. And Something else we're going to learn. We're going to talk about those areas of wholeness as a woman that leave things imbalanced. Trust me, it's not just in the bedroom, it's beyond that too. But we got secrets of that on the other side as well too. So you get to meet with us, meet with me, meet with my team, and we're going to talk about it. 2 amazing nights. All you have to do is invest an hour of your time in that meta, invest that hour in you. Invest that hour in becoming total package, total woman. And I know some of you are thinking, we may be a little bit too old for this. Girl, if Grandma Moses can paint that painting at 80 and people are still vying to pay millions for that thing, don't ever tell me that's too late. I won't hear it. Not at all. It's only too late if you choose not to do it. So next Thursday, yeah, I want to meet with you. That's the 13th and the 14th, 7:30 p.m. We're going to spend right at an hour. You have time to get home, kick your heels off, throw on a pizza roll or something, and life is good. That's all you got to do. You got to make it there. So remember, this is about your metaverse. This is about your time. This is about you learning things about your money that can make your meta better. This is about you learning about where to deposit and loan and lend your energy. This is about you understanding time management for you. And yes, baby, bring the attitude, but make sure the attitude attracts what you want for your world because it's going to frame it. And you get to make the decision. So listen, this has been phenomenal. I have enjoyed my time with you guys. I don't know if you have some questions for me, but I see you in the chat hitting up. I'm telling you, you guys are lighting this thing up tonight. What are y'all doing out on a Thursday night in these meta streets with me? What is going on? I see you over there. Yeah. Got to get that in there, that money girl. Money, energy, time, attitude. That's your meta, baby. We're going to make that thing work. Yes. And what are you saying over there? I see you, Minister Deborah, talking about not me. Honey. We are shaping this world. Get that man right on in there. You better know it. Yes, ma'am, hunty. That's how we do it. I love you guys. I love the chat. Always love these live interactions. So listen, next week. Hello, Phyllis. I see you coming in, girl. Coming in hot. Love it. So next week, join me here and we will have an opportunity for you to register. I'm going to put up one of our banners where you can go over, and if you need more information, there it is. You can hit us up right there, or you can go to drsherryleads.com, drsherryleads.com, or you can always subscribe to our Facebook page. We would love to see you there and interact with you as well, or just subscribe as one of our wonderful part of our family of MBLA, My Best Life Academy, again, where I'm coach, consultant, creator, yes, author, and speaker. And we would love to interact with you. But for registering, you get a free gift. Free virtual workshop, webinar, free gift. I don't know. I might have to check my own meta right now. I might have to check and make sure I don't have a fever or something going on because we're just doing this thing. But I want you to be a part of this. It's that important to me. And I know it's going to be that viable just for you. So yeah, we got a free gift when you register for next week's free virtual. Although it's free, we want you to register because we want you to get your free gift. And if you choose to be VIP, honey, and come on over, yeah, you get all of that. Plus, we're going to enter you in a drawing for a special gift, and you get that Q&A time with me. I'm telling you, you can't pass this opportunity up. So share it with somebody. You're going to see the ads coming across TikTok, Facebook, Twitter even, and yes, Instagram. Bring somebody with you. This is a time like no other. And if I know anything, this is the time for women. It's a women's world. And the only reason it isn't is because you don't know what to do with your meta. We're going to learn a little bit more about that. So listen, I'm going to let you ladies go on tonight. You sisters, my girls, I love you to life. I see all of you over there, and we will look forward to you joining in on the Total Package, Total Woman with me, Dr. Sheri, and my MBLA family. That's my Best Life Academy coaching area. Yes, joining us on next week. Free virtual April 13th, April 14th, 7:30 in the evening. Come on in. You go ahead and register. We'll take you right on over to the landing page. And I'm telling you, register, get your free gift from me because I just feel good about this thing. And then those of you who want to be VIP and shake your shimmy, you know how we do it. We'll meet with you after that session because we got some hot stuff going on in there, including giveaways. You don't want to miss this. Okay, I'll talk to you all later. Have a great one.